everyone. Happy Saturday. Oh, Pejjy is here already. Hello, Pejjy. I need to take a deep breath myself. I've been run all over the place this morning. How's everybody doing? So excited. So many news we want to talk about today.
Oh, it's flipping amazing. It's amazing. Sheesh.
You know, this week, the little time I have to be on X, and I just scroll down what Elon say, and it's get me so excited. What Elon say has been like
Hello,
amazing.
hi, hello from Brazil.
Sorry,
Posto de
Marcelo.
saúde, posto de saúde. É,
Marcelo. Marcelo.
oi, hi.
Wait. We'll
Hello.
we'll we'll let we will let you know. We'll let you know once you know you're ready to speak. Sorry, Fa. Continue.
Yeah. We need to not have if he doesn't have check mark and we not go to the rule. That's just okay. Let's move on.
Yeah, kick him out. Kick him out. Yeah.
Yeah. So Elon, everybody so excited about Model Y uh long how to call it Model Y the three row seat. Everybody's so excited. And Elon say, we're not gonna make until the end of next year. Or might not have or might not never because of future of robotaxi. Dude, just one tweet. It's keep me up all night. I'm keep thinking about it, keep thinking about it. I was like, so he's literally set his mindset on robotaxi have to work all over America. Or at least half. What do you think? It's get me so excited.
Yeah. Look, I mean, I don't know. For me personally, when I read that, I mean, he said that it won't come until end of next year, and it may not ever because of the coming of the robo taxis. I don't know. I think Elon is obviously doing this. One of the main reasons why he's saying this because he wants to avoid the Osborne effect. Because think about it, if you were looking for a six seater and you don't want to get the Model X because it's too expensive, and then you get the Model Y that's 6 seats, and you already have a Model Y pre-order, well, what do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to cancel my Model Y, my current Model Y, and wait until the YL comes because it's in China. It should come here anytime soon. So this is a tactic from Elon, pretty much saying that don't wait for it. Continue ordering what you're ordering because it may not ever even come here. So don't wait. This is just a China thing. And then maybe later on next year or maybe earlier, you can say, okay, based on highly demand, YL is coming to the US. But I mean, another thing here is that it doesn't make sense to not to sell the YL in the United States. Because think about it, it's a 6-seater robotaxi. For now on, when I see Teslas being sold, I just see them as robotaxis. That's it. I don't see them as like as a car being sold or anywhere. It's a robotaxi. And I think it'll be a mistake in the long term to not have 6-seater robotaxis in the US. That's just my thought on it. But Fad, don't worry. Sleep. You can sleep at night. I think it will eventually come, but I think it'll come maybe at a time where maybe buying a car doesn't have the same meaning anymore. I don't know. That's what I think.
No, no, I'm not cannot sleep because of I cannot order that car. I cannot sleep because I get too excited about a robot taxi. It's mean if I can read between the tea leaf, it's mean he's put his head down and try to push out the robot taxi as much as possible. That the six seater not even might be need. If you want to go somewhere with 5 people, you just get 2 robot taxi and sit comfortable, or even 3, and it's even gonna be cheaper than buying a car. That's what I'm excited about. So, dude, and what is it? The flying car? Oh my God, you see that? I think Alexander make the app out of it. Is someone use Grok Imagine and it's a flying Tesla? Dude,
Yeah, that was I don't know, flying Teslas. That Elon is hilarious. I love Elon, but yeah, no, the YL. I think right now in China there's about 40,000 reserves already, which is about what 2 billion in revenue just alone from that. Now, of course, if we say fine, let's say 40,000 on canceled Model Y, current Model Y, just a normal Model Y to upgrade to the YL. Well, the most expensive Model Y is I think it's the all-wheel drive, right? And I think that's the same price as the YL, which most people don't order the most expensive one. They order the most, the standard one. So there's still a net gain here. But it's insane to see that right off the bat, the first reserves are like 40,000, which is, and I think it's still counting and stuff. But yeah, that's a sheesh moment. Smokey, how you doing?
What's up, buddy? Yeah, dude, I'm excited, man. So I couldn't agree more with what you guys were just saying, but I think his focus is on autonomy. Like it's all about the robotaxi and the rollout. I see it coming. The cyber cab, that's his goal. He's trying to scale it up. They're focused. They're ready. The eVTOLs, that's coming in the future too. Joby just had a successful from airport to airport, basically a plane car taxi. It just happened.
dude. I turn on my egg, I open my egg, and I saw Alexander here making the meme. The engineer is like sweating. Oh my God.
That
And
one was gold.
yeah, and j- one thing you need to give it to him, Elon. Is funny. Dude is funny. No matter how much death threat he have, he's just funny. Like just I appreciate the Cybertruck so much. How it's look. Like if I get out of my exit, leave my house, and I see two of them in front of my car, I feel this day is a good day already. It's just pretty. I don't know. It's just cool. It's like it is stimulation. It is. And the other day I went on an Ali, Captain Ali space, and he say, this is what he say. He say, how do you explain X to all your friends? Like we do live in bubble. Other people think that we're stupid or something, and it's like, of course, they think I'm stupid. Of course, like I love Elon Musk, and I talk about his accomplish, and I talk about Tesla, and everybody look at me like I have 5 head. Like it is not like one head above my shoulder. It's 5 of them, and which one they're gonna talk to me first? So, but they can laugh at me all day long. Like if people, I'm awkward. If you see me in real life, I'm awkward. I don't know what to say. I don't want to talk to you. I just want to listen. And if you ask me something, I gonna answer like the real answer. I'm not gonna be political correct about it. I'm awkward. I like to think that I'm funny. Maybe not, but they laugh at me because I'm like all my money, if it's not go to my kid, my house is all go to Tesla. Like I don't care about concert. I don't care about Las Vegas. I don't give a shit. I don't want to go there. I certainly don't care about vacation. No, I make my house look like vacation, and that's good enough in my life. But this is it. This is the stimulation is real, and your real world is my real world is different. My real world is Tesla will be the most value company on earth. And how do we get there? Yes, it's hard. But if you think that Tesla just sell car, you pretty much dinosaur. You just wait for the day that your money is not growing. You're probably happy with 4% a year. How cute, right? 4% return a year. How cute, super cute. Good for you. But I'm looking for something that is like 24,000% in return. Send IPO. I'm looking for something like that. So it is coming. I'm not even bothering explaining more what is on X and why I'm on it and why is every Saturday I have to block my calendar and just stay home doing my shit. I'm not. I'm Elon is back to work 100% wholeheartedly, and he's on. Obviously, I'm jealous of the XAI because it's get all Elon attention, but he have fun with it. They gonna have the what is called heart something. You know the name. It's another company
Chat
separate.
GPT.
It's not ChatGPT. It's a
Oh, you're talking
XAI
about macro hard.
macro heart. Yes. Anyone want to talk about that? That's like okay. It's keep me up again.
I don't know what macro hard is. I mean, I just heard this is the first time hearing it. What is that?
Smoking.
It's Elon Musk's version of Microsoft. It's not micro, it's macro. It's not soft, it's hard. Let's go.
Oh, that's freaking hilarious. You know, when I was a kid, I used to joke around with my friends that, Microsoft, I would literally say, macro hard and stuff like that. Now I see this guy actually, this dude's hilarious. This dude. So is it any good? Has anyone tried macro hard?
I don't think it's a product that's out yet. I think it's in product like development right now. Is what I think is what's happening. But so where the other ones we talk about all the time, I'm not going to get into that in this space, but that's going to be enterprise and it's going to be government. But the one thing they're not touching is your regular average Joe's home PC, which is where I think macro hard's going to come in.
That's hilarious. There we go. Here's Elon's other company he just started. This is just hilarious. Man, that's funny. I do want to say this though. I had Robert Scobble on the latest podcast, and man, this is probably the most. This was the most hands down. Like I've had a lot of guys on my podcast; they're all my favorite podcasts, but this one was like, man, I just wanted to go and buy like as many Tesla shares as possible on the things that he said because he had some inside information, of course, and it was like some of the stuff that he told me I didn't even know, and I'm just like, bro, like that's insane. Like I didn't know that, for example, the cyber cabs that was being built when he was talking to Franz and all that stuff. He mentioned that they were cutting the weight down to the grams, like to the flipping grams, man. Like that is, you will never hear any other company, cutting down weight like that, like grams, bro. Like that is to make commute cheap as possible. Like this, it was insane. The podcast is up, but it'll be up for everybody on Monday morning. It's just up for subscribers at the moment. But man, he told me some of the stuff. I mean, man, I don't even know where to begin. It's like an hour and a half of just straight up podcast, and yeah, he just made me so bullish after that. It was insane.
Scobes is a brilliant man, dude. This is why me and him get along so well. We both think very wide lens on tech, and I love him for it.
Dude, he is so smart. He if you want to talk about tech, someone who knows about AI, and you want to see like what's in the market, who's ahead, that's the dude you're gonna talk to. Like he was so cooked in terms of experience and knowledge. Like he was seasoned, man. Like he was a machine. He just kept saying, giving information. I'm just like, man. And I I tried to ask him a few times, like, hey, who's the competition, like who's why Waymo and LiDAR, all that kind of stuff, and he's just like, man, these guys are just, they're mouses, man. Like, they can't win. They can't win. And the Optimist as well. It was man. It was an awesome podcast. It was just yeah. It was
It
amazing.
is
It was
it
absolutely
is my rule. If Scobble, if I turn on X and Scobble is talking, I have to go find my headphone. I have to go fucking find my headphone and put my headphone on and listen to him. And if we be able to have him float around the space, everybody else have to shut up. What Scobble want to say, let him say it. It is like in real life, friend. It's something weird about Burning Man. There's something odd about it. So if you look at them from the far, you say, I have nothing to do with those people. But if you like actually melt your brain and open your mind up and just actually sit there and listen to them, you grow 1,000%. You're not you just whoa, what they're talking about. It's I'm excited for the podcast, Pejjy. I definitely gonna find good hour to listen to it from start to finish. These people,
Yeah, it was full of
yeah,
yeah. It was honestly, it's one that you can continue, even if a year passes by and you have doubts, just go back to that podcast and you'll just be like, okay, that's just emotions talking. Logically, it's just like it was yeah. Make sure you grab your popcorn. That's all I'm gonna say. It was
Dude,
such a sheet.
Pejjy,
I loved it.
Scopes is one of those few people because, like, I'm a very sporadic space holder, but he's one of those few people that constantly come into my space and we come back and forth with banter all the time. It's beautiful. So that dude is definitely the GOAT.
Yeah, no, he definitely. And I wish I have more. I have. Darn it! I wish I had more time throughout my day so I can join everyone's spaces, but my time is so limited. So, but I would love to come to everyone's spaces. I know Alexander D-Link. He hosts a lot of Tesla spaces, which I really want to enter. But man, time here in the Middle East is especially that I mean I couldn't even freaking travel this summer because I'm just so flipping crazy busy. But um, definitely, if I have more time, I would be in everyone's spaces. Hell, I mean, hell to the yes to that. So much fun talking with you all. Um, but but yeah, I mean, Scobes, he's a machine, he's a beast, and I'm just excited for everyone to listen to it on Monday. It's an awesome podcast, and yeah, I'm just very excited for it. That's it.
the um FSD. So now, for real, they work in China. The whole China is work. The whole big ass country is working, right? People have been paying for it. They test it, and now seem like gonna try to have it work in South Korea too. And in the glimpse of what I see, I saw Warren post about it and Elon answer about the FSD in Thailand and is waiting for regulation. So that is in Asia, we have China, big ass country, South Korea. I'm not sure that they sell the FSD package in South Korea yet. That's what I'm not sure. If you guys, anyone here, have a have the information, let me know. And I think they're gonna try to have it work in Japan because Japan is full of old people and they need the robot to drive. And what? Europe, Spain, they might have it work over there, right? I have no idea about London or England. I have no freaking clue what is look like over there. Alexander here might have it work in Spain. That is not Spain, Sweden. He's making a campaign for it. It's my work. I don't know about the German and France and Switzerland. I have no idea about how this different country gonna go with the FSD. But I think if the country like Spain make it, like if the regulation pass, it will go past. They cannot just like, people will be like, what the fuck? This is actually safer than human drive, and you're not gonna let me have it. They will go, what the fuck, flip the table. So I might miss something. You guys know. This is what get me up to all night excited. I'm keep saying this because of Stephen Mark Ryan put a seed in my head, and now I'm just like, Cambodia, he must be right. It's like when the full self-driving is actually work, Tesla can pump out a car like a toy car, and the robotaxi is gone global. Dude, imagine how much money they're gonna make. Because Uber is so expensive. It's not cheap. Uber is not cheap. So I don't know. I see some price compare between Uber, Lyft, Tesla robotaxi, and Waymo. Seems like Tesla is the cheapest. So what do you guys think? It's the for the country that I'm saying? You see anything that is involved, like it's gonna go farther? What do you see?
So, the first part, how many countries they're in. Here's the here's the full list of it. Shout out to Sawyer for it. Italy, Netherlands, Japan, Spain, UK, Germany, France, Australia, Canada, US, China, Mexico, and Puerto Rico. So it's about 13 countries and counting. South Korea, I think, is on the list. And I think by end of this year, we're gonna get I think this list is probably gonna double because Tesla is aggressively trying to push it in other countries. But what was your second? What was the second part of the question, Ifat?
No, I asked, do you guys see like the robot taxi, like the progress?
Like the cost and stuff like that. Yeah, no, I mean, there's no way that there's anyone gonna undercut Tesla's price. Here's the thing, like I've come to realize this, and it's true. There's more competition for for making humanoid robots than there is for robotaxis. I think right now the biggest moat for Tesla is robotaxis because they already got the robotaxis on the road. They just got to enable it, and they've already got the software that's like so far ahead of everybody else and collecting data on a mass scale that no one else can match, and I don't think they'll ever match. And so I think this is the real moat of Tesla right now, and we're going to see it play out in the next couple years or so. And the cost being so low, I mean, we already see how cheap it is compared, what the Model Y is offering. Imagine how cheap it's going to be when the Cybercab comes out. I mean, that's just going to be mind flipping blown. I mean, Elon's talking about 30 cents per mile. That's going to be insane, but I think that's when it's already everywhere. But right now it already is, as I think 7 times cheaper than Waymo or Uber it was. And the fact that people, I was talking to the Scobble about this, he's saying that the and we see data coming out from it as well, which is insane. The rides for Uber is actually getting less, but Waymo's is increasing. People are actually willing to pay more with a driverless car so they can get that space. I mean, this is the biggest signal that robotaxi is going to be a success. Like, I don't care what anybody says. And of course, whoever is cheaper is going to win because I mean, forget the price, the experience. When you add the experience and the price, low cost price, it's game over. Like, you sit in a Waymo, you have that little tiny screen, sure, whatever. But then when you sit in a Tesla's robotaxi or even a normal Tesla, well, you're gonna have a big screen. You can, I mean, if the Cybercab come, that's the holy grail right there. You have like the screen, you have the whole thing, the whole car to yourself. It's over. It's over. Like when the Cybercabs are on the road, it's over. It's done. Like that's it. It's finished. And so.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen with the Waymos and the Ubers and all these things. I think it's going to be a big shock to them, even though we see what's happening. And I don't know how others could even compete with this. Of course, engineers are working on it to see how they can, copy the Cybercab. I'm sure I'm sure they are, but that's going to need a whole new line and manufacturing and data and AI. I don't know, that's going to be a mess and very expensive to do. So maybe Tesla may license out some FSD, maybe not, because it's a headache for them. I don't know. It's going to be very messy in the future once we see these, specifically the Cybercabs on the road. My only fear is that the government's going to come in and say, well, you guys are going a bit too fast. It's not fair for everybody else. So we kind of have to let you guys pull on the brakes a little bit, or don't monopolize what you have, distribute it to everybody else. I don't know. That's my only fear, because I know that they did that with Microsoft in the early days, where they were just monopolizing everything, and then the government came in. They said that you can't do that. You have to let your competition win, and that's how Apple became Apple, because Microsoft helped out Apple. So that is maybe a scenario that could happen. I don't know, but that's, I guess, one of my fears. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that that Tesla is going to have too much competition. And I feel that the other companies will be laggards. They're going to be lagging a fair amount behind. And that first mover advantage Tesla has is going to afford them a lot of the benefits that they need. I'm sorry I'm late to the space, guys, but did you guys discuss the reason why Tesla went, or the broader market went up on Friday? Did you guys talk about that?
We did not know.
Okay, so yeah, so I have some ideas on that. I feel that the reason why the markets now, you guys know that there was a Jackson Hole summit on Friday, and this goes to the point that I made, I think, 2 weeks ago. I think Smokey and Jen were in the room. I think they both disagreed with me that rate cuts were going to be a thing. That's what they are. So
Hey,
rate cuts.
Gothic. I never disagreed. I said it's coming.
Okay, but I think Jen disagreed, but rate cuts are definitely coming, and but Smokey, I do think that you were a little skeptical of the progress that the Fed was going to make, from what I remember. So, but
nope.
But
I've been saying they're late for months now, bro, and I can't stand Jay Powell.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, the reason why the markets were doing so well, I mean, that happened right after the Jackson Hole summit, that the markets went up a lot, and that's because of the affirmation that the community members had that the rates were going to be cut. So the jobs numbers we had before, and Pejjy, this is something else I wanted to mention, Pejjy. You have a really strong understanding of the Tesla dynamics, but it might also help to really think about the macroeconomic situation in the U.S. It's great that you spent so much time researching Tesla, right? But remember that the economic situation will also dictate sort of some of the movement in the stock as well. I think most of it will come from fundamentals for Tesla, but it's also pretty important to sort of know that, in case you want to place and buy some more shares and buy it at the right time, right? So yeah, so I think that's the main reason, is because of the Jackson Hole meeting. I'm pretty optimistic that that it's going well. And yeah, and I'm just so glad that I divested from Palantir, man. That I knew that was probably going to happen. I'm just really happy that I got out of it. I got out of like 130, I think 120, 130. So yeah, I mean, I think Alex Karp also sold some of his shares, I think, on Friday as well. So that's another. So I'm just I'm just pretty hesitant about that company. I think Palantir is a great company, but yeah, I'd be pretty cautious. I think Tesla's a win though. I'm really excited to see what's going to happen here with the company. It's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, no, I think Palantir could reach $1 trillion because they're going to continue growing. Many people still don't understand the company, including myself. But they're showing in their earnings, companies are taking them, and pretty much what I'm understanding with Palantir is that once they're in the business, companies don't want to take them out because they're pretty much running the whole thing. So really, I think Palantir is going to continue growing. Yes, of course. I mean, hey, Alex. I mean, the stock has like 15x. I mean, if the stock 15x and you still haven't taken some money off the table, I mean, there's something wrong with you. I'm not, I'm not, trying to be mean or anything, but it's like, man, money has 15 times. At least let me take my, my initial investment out, so my profits can make me more profits. So maybe had a big run up. Maybe it has some time to consolidate, but I think it's going to continue going up for some time. It's the sales are strong. The EPS is justifying the PE as we continue to go each quarter.
Yeah.
So I think Palantir is going to do very well. I know Smokey has a lot to say about Palantir. Smokey.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy. So yeah, I don't want to take over your space though, bro. I hold spaces on these randomly too. So like, you guys are always welcome to jump in and learn a little bit. Gothic, you couldn't be more wrong on that one, buddy. It's think about like Microsoft back in 1990, right? It was just starting. That's where we're at with that. But to not hijack your space, Pejjy, I want to get back to that subject we were just talking on. So not only can they literally cut the price in damn near half for the scale and their cost of operation, but they also have quality on top of that in robotaxi. So they are going to destroy this market completely. And when it comes to Optimus, if anybody saw the video of Optimus walking in the parking lot and it kind of looked like Joe Biden on a good day, I wouldn't put it past Optimus is going to destroy Figure 2.
Yeah, I mean, I just to make another point, real quick in response to Smokey. Yeah, so yeah, like I was in Palantir for a while. Just to hang on this for a second, Smokey. I think that it's very likely. I mentioned this to you. I think the first time we ever met in the space. I think it's very likely that within the next, I think 3 to 5 years, the ontology paradigm will be replicated by another company. I think another company will be able to replicate this. The second thing is I think that Palantir's offerings are a bit expensive. So I think that more and more we might have companies and individuals, especially consumers, that might want to have cheaper alternatives. So those are the two things. I also kind of feel like when the lead ownership sells their shares, I just see that as kind of an unusual sign. And Elon doesn't tend to do this, unless it's like it's a pre-planned. I know like Robin Denholm has pre-planned, right, Pejjy? I think Robin Denholm like has pre-planned share sales, right, based on her contract.
Hey, Gothic.
Yeah.
But the one thing is, but this is about Tesla, so I don't want to go too deep in the weeds. But I would disagree with you, in a lot of ways. But we can go into that in another space. But let's not hijack.
Sure, that's all right.
Thank you, Smokey. Thank you. Hello, Alexander, my friend. What up?
Hello. Everything's good. It's kind of late in Sweden right now, but it doesn't matter because this space is great, I guess. So I heard somebody say that Tesla will cut like the rideshare business or rideshare prices in half. And I don't think that will be the case. I don't think they will undercut the market that much to begin with. You don't really do that because it's kind of stupid to ruin the market in that way. If you, because kind of you don't do that in any market, right? Like there's oil producing countries that could like cut oil prices in half, but guess why they don't do that? Because you destroy the market and you kind of like just decrease the amount that you can earn in that market selling that service. So I don't think that will happen. They will probably undercut by a small amount, but they will know exactly how to like put that price in the sweet spot. Yeah, so I don't think they will like just half the price. That won't make sense to me, at least.
I think this comes down just to, you know, supply and demand. I think Alexander is right on this. I think in the beginning, yes, they'll probably, you know, not match the current ride shares, maybe a little bit cheaper, maybe a little bit more than cheaper. But then once you know you have this cyber cap thing everywhere, I think this is where Elon's talking about 30 cents per mile, where you have a lot more supply in the market that goes above the demand, that the costs come down, and this is where I guess deflation comes in, or you know things become more affordable, age of abundance, as Elon talks about. Slap that on with the Optimus as well, because this having robotaxis in terms of millions that can take over I guess normal cars on the street is going to take a long time. It's going to probably take a decade or so, worldwide too. So maybe longer. And by that time, we'll have Optimus as well. Again, Optimus is something that I can't really wrap my head around it. But I mean, I'm sure at that time we'll have that around, and you know, the age of abundance that Elon talks about heavily will probably happen, and the goods of everything will be affordable. So
yeah, and we have an example also in one market where Elon is king, and that is the launch market, space launch market. I bet that SpaceX could actually like cut prices even more, but why would they, right? Because they are at top of the food chain. They just undercut everybody else a small amount, and they win all the contracts. They don't have to make it cheaper, because the purpose of the company is to earn money, not to be a charity to everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, and SpaceX also has the reusable rockets, and the moment they made the rockets reusable, that vastly lowered the price of the launches. So you're right. I mean, there's definitely some room there. I think I kind of disagree here. I do think that, you know, when you look at the cost of the robotaxi, you have to think about all of the fees involved. So Farzad mentioned this in one of his videos. One of the fees is the teleoperator fee, right? Once they get the teleoperators down to one teleoperator per 2 vehicles, 3 vehicles, maybe even 10 vehicles, right? There isn't going to be that many surcharge fees beyond what they really need here. And I think that Tesla has always been about optimization. Tesla has always been about streamlining. So is SpaceX. SpaceX is really, they want to delete all unneeded parts. I think that to the degree that Tesla can lower the cost for the consumer, I think that, and again, this goes towards Tesla's idea where they're going to release a new, more affordable Model Y, right? They want to lower the cost to the consumer. They want to make things affordable. So I think that they'll lower it. They might have a small fee beyond it, but I think, like, you know, it makes sense for them to try to be fair to the consumer. I don't think that gouging the consumer is either ethical or correct. I think that the right thing to do would be for them to be, you know, to be profitable and good for the shareholder, but also good for the consumer. And ultimately, you'll have more buyers of the hardware and the cars and using the service if it's cheaper, right? So if it makes sense for them to offer a lower cost ride, if they get more rides, then that's actually more revenue in the end, right? So I think it's like it's a fine balance. You make some good points, Alex, but I do think that, you know, that they do want to have a fair price for the consumer. I think that's very important.
This all boils down to the same thing, though. Like, Elon does it better than anybody else. He can actually produce at scale, at cost that he can do so. So that is his strong point.
You said teleoperators. How many teleoperators are there per elevator right now?
The teleoperators for the elevators, that situation was able to be amended because it's all done with the machine, right? but the teleoperators are needed now because you have a situation where you need to have some way in case there's an emergency. I think that there's probably always going to be some ratio of Farzad mentioned this in his video, Alex. He was talking about how the teleoperators are going to be there for quite a while. Right now, I think it's actually almost like a 1-to-1 or 1-to-2 ratio with their cars right now. So they need to have the teleoperators right now just to make sure it's safe and there's efficacy. So yeah, but yeah.
Not to shit on Farzad, but how does Farzad know that there will be teleoperators for some time?
Well, I don't think he actually even said that specifically, but I think I was sort of inferring that simply because, and I think he actually did say it, but I think the reason why is because when you think about this, if there's ever any intervention or like a critical issue, and let's say the FSD, let's say the robotaxi is extremely advanced and it has a lot more training, right? If there is need for an intervention, there must be a way for a human to involve himself by teleoperation. And by the way, I'm talking here after there's no longer a driver in the car, right, or an operator on the side of the car, like a safety driver. Right? I'm talking about actual empty cars. Even then, there's probably going to be a teleoperator. I think just because if they need it in the event.
How do you know you can't use like Grok 5 for this or Grok 6 as a teleoperator? Have a model which is way more powerful than the thing that you can infer in the car. Having a central AI that is much more powerful than you can ever have with the inference in the car. That might be a solution. Yeah. But I have never heard anyone speak of this, but it makes
a lot of sense. Alex, I couldn't agree more. You have heard somebody speak of this kind of thing. I've said before, they're very symbiotic for a reason. XAI is the game changer. That is the enabler for everything to happen.
Yeah, and just to piggyback on what you said, because I'll let Wes talk. I know Wes had his hand up for a while. Sorry, Wes. Okay, but yeah. So what I wanted to say then, Alex, is it's a good idea. The thing I'll say is, and think about this. Like, I know this is a different situation, but when you have a plane in flight, right? It's unlikely that they're going to have that be automated. Now that's more of a safety critical thing, and it's in flight. But I'm just thinking, like, I guess maybe if the model is very strong, I just feel as though there might be certain corner cases and edge cases that are so unique that they simply must have a way to intervene. And maybe there could even be like a direct to call in service in extremely unusual corner cases. Maybe there wouldn't have to be like direct teleoperation for even like 1 per 100 vehicles. Maybe there could be like a direct call in. But yeah, I just feel like there might be certain corner cases and things, edge cases, that's all. But maybe the model, the Grok could get very good. That's possible too. Yeah, it's interesting.
I love this. I love the the debate and what's going to happen. So exciting. Love it. Wes, what's going on, my man?
Hey, Pejjy, everybody, what's happening? What's up, Smokey? Hey, thanks for letting me jump up here with you guys. I thought, if you don't mind, if I could just jump into this conversation about pricing. I think the operator point really is unimportant because it'll go away over time. I agree with Alexander. In the short term, the bottom line or profit from this business, or if we lose money, which we will initially, is of no importance as well, because we just have to scale. And once we scale, the cost will go down, including the operator, et cetera. But I think the pricing point, I'm trying not to disagree with Gothic every week. Gothic, I'm not coming at you, buddy. But I find myself disagreeing quite a bit. It seemed like, Gothic, you were saying Tesla should, you said be fair on the pricing. And, I don't know exactly what that means, so I want to box you in. But what it sounded like to me is that you wanted Tesla to charge less than what they could, what the market would demand based on supply and demand, and something lower to just be fair. Did I understand that correctly?
Yeah, in a way, yes. and let me give you another example. So you know how, and Alex talked about how SpaceX does their launches, right, with reusable rockets. Tesla is operating in a different level, right? Because Ubers and the way that they work with Waymos, there's a different structure of cost involved because of the LiDAR. Okay, so because Tesla has a different system here, it's an efficient system that's been harnessed with training data. I feel as though Tesla can and should charge a price that is reflective of a fair value. And this can be market-based. If other companies have training data with their vehicles, that can be market-based too. But I'm saying, like, so for example, like SpaceX often says, okay, well, what if other competitors want to have reusable rockets and things? And I don't know if Rocket Lab is working on that or other companies, right? But if there are other companies that have training data backing their taxis, and they have camera, they have all vision, then that can be the market subset that they can charge for. But I'm just saying, yeah.
Well, let me just, I don't mean to. Hello? Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Hello?
No, you're here. You're here. You're
Okay,
here.
cool. Yeah, sorry about that. No, I was just simply, I think some people feel like, charging less for a service if your expenses are low is a nice, generous thing to do. And in business, the problem with that would be you're taking money away from the shareholders and other resources potentially by simply lowering the price to the consumer unnecessarily. And it also, of course, creates a larger issue with demand, because we would need so many vehicles to meet the demand that would be generated by a lower cost. It would be really difficult to do and unnecessary. I just wanted to basically agree with Pejjy and Alexander on this point.
Yeah, I disagree. I mean, Tesla can scale their cars faster than most other manufacturers, right? So they have the ability to meet massive demand. I also think that if they lower the prices, I think that there's going to be a fine line between their capacity to have the vehicles in the fleet and the maximum absolute demand that they can handle, right? So whatever that threshold is for their manufacturing, I think they should meet. I think that that's the right thing to do. I mean, I just think, like, if they can lower the prices, I don't think it will create a market disruption that much, because I think that it'll be able to offer more rides for consumers. And if more people take the rides at a lower price, then just imagine if there's two people that take the same low cost ride versus one that takes a more expensive ride, that's more revenue for Tesla, right? Because maybe it adds up to more in the end. Now, Tesla can scale it based on their manufacturing capacity, right? So I think that the demand can be met even if it's high, and I think that's good for Tesla if they meet.
I don't want to beat a dead horse. I'll let it go with this, but I think what you're if you're wanting to put the price down lower before the supply has been built, before we put all the vehicles on the road, that would just be premature. And I'm just not sure which one you're saying. And this is a friendly conversation. I appreciate your view. But I certainly would not want to leave money on the table because we're charging less than what the consumers are willing to pay, nor would I want to create a pain point that pissed off a lot of people towards Tesla because there weren't enough cars available for a lower price. Anyways, good chat though. Thanks, guys.
Hey, can I chime in
Nice.
really quick? I have to
All right.
agree with Gothic on the scale, but Wes has got the righter point where they're not going to do that. They're not going to shoot themselves in the foot, because that wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
All right. I
Okay.
try to make this for everybody else to understand this debating. Gothic say, hey, let's make it super cheap. Don't give a fuck. We can make a car very cheap. Let's make it very cheap. And the rest of the group say, well, we not come out the car yet. Why don't we make it very cheap? Because Waymo is already charge a lot. If we charge less than Waymo, they're gonna come cry to us anyway. Why? Right. So that's Elon Musk and the team homework to do. Right. Nice. So Gothic says something like, hey, stock went up on Friday. You know what up? And I'm like, this stock went up. Because every time I buy it, it went down. I got some at 330 and I check again, it's 313. What the fuck? So, all right, ramen noodle coming. All
You
right,
love ramen noodle, Fa.
ramen noodle coming to me all day long, all night long. So, one thing that I want to ask you guys, see how you guys excited about is a shareholder meeting, and we're gonna vote to invest in XAI. Dude,
Yes.
dude,
Yes.
you guys want to
Yes.
talk about this?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Don't forget to
Fad, do you
go
remember the date?
register the share. Don't forget to go register the share. I tell this to
Yeah.
myself too. I have a few portfolio. You need to go talk to a few portfolio so you get to exercise your right. All right. Who want to
Yeah,
go first?
100%. Oh, I guess I could start real quick. So yeah, the shareholder vote is coming up. You raise a good point. I was actually going to mention this, guys, in the space. Very important what Fa said. Okay, now if you guys are in certain brokerages, there's a chance they may vote against Tesla. Okay, so if you're in Schwab, State Street, and there's a few other names, you have to be cautious. Move your holdings to Vanguard. Fidelity is also a good one. There's different brokerages you can choose from. Another thing Fa said, registering your shares. If you register your shares with the DRS, with the computer share, this is the name that Tesla uses. You will have direct ownership, and then whenever you register and you vote, it'll be voted with your intention. So just don't forget. That's very important, guys. Yeah, and really exciting. I'm gonna make sure to vote on that. So it's gonna be really great.
So for the vote thing, I mean, to register your shares, I mean, last time when I voted, I didn't have to register anything. It's just my brokerage gave me the voting number, and it showed the
Yeah.
correct amount of numbers I had to vote for. So, and
Exactly.
I didn't have to. What's
Yeah,
that?
Pejjy, what he's
exactly.
getting at is not all brokerages are created equal. Some of them suck ass, and the ones that suck ass, get your shares out of so you can vote, because Elon needs to get paid.
Got it.
And the other.
Yeah. So Pejjy, you're right, exactly right. So when you register the shares with DRS, I think that's what I was going to specify. That's a direct registration with computer share. So that would be a different way to register your shares directly. Pejjy, I know you have a close relationship with Alexandra Mertz. She has a great video, Pejjy, where she explains computer share and she explains DRS. Pejjy, you might really consider looking at that and seeing how to maybe migrate your shares direct ownership. When you do computer share, the only thing is, Pejjy, there's a small fee for the DRS for computer share. I think it's like a small fee per group of shares, but once it's there, Pejjy, you know how when you have it in Vanguard is the owner, but you're the beneficiary, right? Right, exactly. So when you have DRS, Pejjy, when you're in computer share, you are the registered name. You are the name of you're the holder of the shares. Okay. So in this way, Pejjy, there's no possible way that Vanguard could change their perspective and vote differently later. Even though Vanguard's on our side now, what happens in the future, right? So, but yeah, in most cases, when you're in the brokerage, they have a proxy statement, and then you basically just vote and vote directly, and that's usually what happens. But if the brokerage has their own shares and more shares, they might vote it in a different way than what you want, and that's what I was saying there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hey, if I can, I would
Thanks,
take him out of those completely. Just put it in a brokerage where you vote, because you don't want to take the chance of them taking your voice from you.
Yeah.
Yo, I have a quick question for you all, and then I'm gonna hand the mic to Pejjy. So we all see that from when XAI start, they only raise raise 6 billion, and now the last I checked, I could be wrong. I absolutely could be wrong. It's went up over 80 billion. So it's a lot of X. It's a lot of triple. It's a lot of value triple. I don't even know what it is. The word quadruple. Um, So last time they don't want Tesla to invest in XAI because they like skeptical, and the board is like, I don't know, Elon, I don't want them to come at you. And another thing is a conflict of interest. Maybe we not do it this time, but this time it's gonna be in the vote, in the question for all us to answer, right? So what do you want to tell people who want to vote no about it?
Hey, Fa, the
Oh,
easiest thing to tell them that they want to say no about it is, do you enjoy FSD? Because guess what's going to make it exponentially better?
that's good one.
Yeah, I mean, those who are against this XI investment, they're just a bunch of peanuts. Like literally, like this thing grew from. I mean, the valuation of it grew from like 5 billion from the start, maybe less, to now 400 billion. I mean, I'm pissed off as a Tesla investor that we didn't have any pie of that. Like I'm literally sitting here going like, that's not fair. I mean, this is, what? How come other companies like Nvidia, all those other guys get exposed to it, but we don't? And we are the company. The CEO of it is the same CEO as that company. Like, what's going on? But I mean, yeah, and it's gonna grow like XAI and all these things, the AI things, AI companies, especially with XAI, where it has this massive ecosystem that Elon has exposure to. It's gonna benefit so greatly, and it's gonna, I can only imagine as a robotaxi experience, you're sitting in the robotaxi and you have Grok to play with, you have XAI, and it's pretty much an AI machine you're sitting in. Like, this is like the most advanced thing on the planet, and you're taking a ride in it. Like, yeah. We shouldn't vote no on this. It would not it would not benefit us if we vote no on it. We would be in a very how can I say it, in a disadvantage, I guess you would say, if Tesla doesn't have any shares of XAI.
We'd be riding
Going forward
horses
into the
while on our
future.
flip phones, Pejjy.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it will be a big mistake to vote no on this. And so when the time comes, I think it's November, right? November is when the shareholder meeting is, and that's when we can vote on stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna go crazy of promoting this stuff, going like, no way, man, we gotta vote yes on this thing. And of course, I think I don't know what for the vote. Are we getting another Elon's compensation package on that,
I thought
or
so.
I'm so
Are you
excited because I'm looking for them, the board, to come up with the package, and I'm looking for all of us to say yes. And I'm this is why he's out there saying this number, 25 to 30 trillion. Ask invest is right. They are right. It's gonna be difficult but achievable. This is why he throw up that number, because this is gonna be something to do with his pay package, right? And
yeah.
after all of us say yes, after the boss say, hey, this is your new pay package, whatever it is, and okay, the rule is you have to 20x the stock this time. And I think after that, what am I looking for so much is master plan part 4. I want to talk about this with you guys too. Like, let's throw the idea out for fun. What do he have in mind? What do you think?
Yeah, I can quickly, before Smokey goes, I just want to say, so Pejjy, you were talking about the compensation package that's still in limbo in the court, right? The one that McCormick is going. Okay, yeah. So Pejjy, Alexandra released a video, and with the cyber bulls talking about this, and it's so, as we know, right, the package that the special committee has voted for in Tesla is a backup in the event that the Delaware thing goes south. So in any case, we're going to be okay. Okay. because Tesla will have a way to compensate Elon, to do what's right, because he hasn't been paid. He needs to be paid, right? So we'll get him his pay. But if Kathleen McCormick comes back and if that's ruled on fairly, in a fair way, in a way that's fair, then we wouldn't have to go through the split up of the staggered 3 times, and every 2 years. We could just do a fair package, which is really what the shareholders wanted in the beginning. But I think that it's contingent upon what happens in the courts. And Alexandra, I'll just say, guys, one thing I'll say real quick, and before I let you guys talk, is remember, Alexandra also said that she's optimistic in any event, even if Delaware says no, there's still a backup, and we feel good that what Tesla has voted, what the special committee voted for, is a good contingency in that event.
You got to think of it this way also. Like, the pay package itself is an incentive for Elon to deliver. The fact that Elon's delivered as much as he has, not getting paid for 8 years, is mind-numbing to me, because anybody else would have been like, fuck off, I'm done. But this man delivered, and he's been doing it at an amazing scale. Pay this man what he deserves. So vote for it if it comes up, please.
Yeah, no, thanks, Gothic, for that. That's actually really good. But what I'm wondering is that on this voting thing that's coming up in November, is there going to be a new compensation package that we can vote on? That's my question.
From what I understand, I think this was dealt with in the special committee, Pejjy, and based on if the courts get back from their hearing with McCormick and with the Delaware court, it could be subject to change based on what the outcome there is. So I think Tesla has a plan where they're going to have a contingency. Right now, as it stands, I believe they're going with the special committee's split up of, I think it's the 39, right? The 39 million or something shares. So I think there's going to be a contingency. I don't know if anyone else has like another view on that, but from what I understand, it's based on that right now, the special committee's response in the shareholder vote.
Yeah, that makes sense, because they do want to make sure that Elon doesn't leave and he does get what he's asking for. He's asking for 25% control, and I think internally they've talked about it and they've assured him of that. What I don't like is, I mean, right, like today, I think we had Elon's brother coming up on the I think it was one of those news anchors saying that Elon should get paid, and it's it's based on Tesla shareholders, and I'm just like, yeah, I mean, Tesla shareholders do want to get him paid. I mean, we've been screaming at the top of our lungs, stop putting it on us. We've been saying he needs to get paid. So it's like, deal with the guys who doesn't want him to get paid. You know what I mean? So I know, I just want to throw that in there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
can I move on to the next subject? Does everybody want to say anything else? Okay. The full self-driving 14. What do you guys think? Do you guys expect something like miracle? Like you can sleep in the back of your car? Is this gonna come out and the value of Tesla secondhand gonna go up? What is it? Or the car just gonna work better? Just like the 12
I think
jump
it's
to
going
the
to work
14,
better.
jump to the 13.
I think it's going to work better, but like anything else, dude, you don't want to go to sleep in the car. Like, let's be commonsensical too. You want to be available in case shit happens. I don't think we're going to get there where you're sleeping in the car for another few years, but it's getting close. But I don't think we're going to be quite there yet.
Few years, Smokey is so bearish today. Smokey is too bear.
Yeah, listen, what you are basically saying, Smokey, is that we are not going to have unsupervised robotaxi for those years as well. That is what you basically
that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
Unsupervised completely would mean there's nobody monitoring anything. I think we're a couple years from that.
If you sleep in the car, you can wake up and if the car just stops, you wake up and you start the car again. But I mean, if you have unsupervised taxi service, we will have unsupervised FSD in our cars as well.
More or less what I'm getting at, right? Is you still want to be smart about it. Yes, I trust my FSD 100%. Do I want to be sleeping in the back of a car for an 8-hour trip with it? No. And nobody should for a little while.
Yeah, I think Smokey has a good point, but I also think Elon did say that it's eerily human. Remember, Elon posted a recent tweet about this. FSD 14 guys, remember that the stack for robotaxi is always going to be on a fork or a different stack from FSD. Remember that. I think Tesla's going to keep to that tradition. Okay. I also think, though, to Alex's point, and to I think Alex's point, I really think, Smokey, it's really important for them to try to make this as hands-free as possible. I want, remember, Elon also said, okay, well, we want people to be able to play games in their car, watch a movie, right? People should be able to do things, maybe not go full sleep, but they should be able to have a way to to enjoy other amenities, maybe to get work done, work on their laptops or their computers. This is a really important thing because people have their lives. They want to be productive. This will be a great way for them to stay productive.
I agree with that 100%, bro. What I'm saying is sleeping and playing a game or watching a movie is two different things. If you're trusting your life to something completely to sleep through it, you're a moron. Now, if you're watching a movie, you can still pay attention if something happens around you. It'll catch your attention. So they're two separate things. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah. Smokey, you're saying they'd be a moron today, correct, Smokey? Or when 14 rolls out initially?
Today.
Yeah.
Today, yes.
I mean, there could also be sorry, Wes, if I cut you off there. But yeah, I want to say that there could also be, Smokey, a warning system, right? Know how Tesla has that beep, right? Where they beep and the cars give you an alert. There could be a way, Smokey, right?
Because I wear my hat and it doesn't like that.
Oh man, okay, cool, yeah. And guys, like, I don't have a Tesla yet, so I really need to get one so I can see what the nag is about, like what the nag sounds like. I'm curious to know what that's like. I know people don't like it very much. But,
Wait. I would like to talk to Smokey about this because I have problem with the bear in my space. So they say, so right now my car's a hardware 3 and it drives. It's just fine. It's if I tell it, say, hey, you in a bus lane and I don't like it. And next time I let it try again and it's not going a bus lane again. So the feedback is actually work. So hardware 4 is better than this. So hardware 4 is better than my car, right? And
no, Spot. That's the thing I'm trying to get at. I agree with everybody here. It's ready, but not to be sleeping in it for 8 hours is my point.
Come on, dude. Come on. If Elon come out and say FSD 14 is unsupervised and the robotaxi is work in, let's say, 30 states, not 52, but half of it, 30 states. Example, California to Nevada or California to Oregon, drive along the coast and it's work and you don't have to pay attention. If it's unsupervised for real, I should be able to sleep in the car, right?
I agree.
There's someone.
I don't think it's going to be 14. I think it's going to be maybe the next one.
Oh, so clarify. Yes. So you don't think 14 is not gonna be unsupervised? It might be the 15.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not a bear. I'm still a full-blown bull.
I'm joking.
I think that is the question. I'm sorry.
Already version.
They're just going to taper it down from where it is today to, something at the end of 14. And I think it's probably 50-50 that in 14 we can sleep in the back. Go ahead, Alex.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
What was just said.
Yeah, version 13 is already like super good. Like I had my doubts before I tried it myself in person, but like after riding with JC from Austin to California with version 13, I have no doubts that like we could have practically, like basically we could have sat in the back seat for the whole ride.
I do
Alex,
agree with that.
you don't have Alex, you don't have a Tesla in where you live, right? Did you just test it with JC?
I have a Tesla.
He just
I
can't use
own a
FSD
Tesla.
where he lives because
Yeah.
they suck.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you don't have FSD in your region, right, Alex?
No, but I've tried FSD when I was in the US like a month ago.
Yeah. Alex, I'm just curious. Do you know if your local, if your municipality or region has any updates? Like, do you know if Tesla's going to be rolling out availability there for FSD?
Yeah, we can talk about that later. Let's stick to the topic. I mean, yeah. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that version 14, like maybe not the first release that they will do, but I think they will kind of ease up on the need for supervising. In certain, for example, if you're in a traffic jam, I'm sure version 13 they will like tell you you're in traffic jam now. You don't have to pay attention. Do whatever you want. We will alert you when you need to kind of take over. If you don't, the car will just stop and do nothing. So, like it's doing right now, right? If you lose consciousness, the car will just stop and turn the hazard lights on. And I think I'm sure you could have a similar kind of system in 14 where you have some areas where Tesla is so sure that you don't need to supervise that you can do whatever you want, even sleep. But if you don't wake up to the notifications when the system is telling you that now you kind of have to pay attention, then the car will just stop. So you can have a mix. It doesn't have to be black and white.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. But keep in mind also, we're at the age where the updates are going to start coming out massively. It's exponential. So I don't think the original 14 will be that iteration. But I think 15 or at the end of 14 will be. And I don't think that'll be far off either, is my point I'm getting at.
We will be at, what you're basically saying is, I don't know if even hardware 4 will go above 14, to be honest, because hardware 5 will probably start getting in cars next year.
I think you're right.
If we look back between 13 and 14, it took almost a year, right? So if we just expand on that and say like version 15, it's going to be another year, then it's going to be on hardware 5, most likely. And it seems like, to me at least, what I've seen, that hardware 4 will be capable of unsupervised FSD.
One of the things I've been thinking about is the rollout of FSD 14. I traditionally don't get my, the new shiny thing for a few months after Omar, for example, or maybe a month and a half. But this time around, I'm wondering if rolling it out to the fleet rather quickly to take advantage of the volume of vehicles and the feedback we can get might be in Tesla's best interest before they push it out to the robotaxis. In other words, maybe that's just one path. Maybe the opposite is true, but that's what I've been thinking of. Is there a benefit to potentially trying to go to a faster release schedule to try to iterate quickly on this on 14?
I mean, they can do their internal testing and know what the efficacy is. They have they can do internal releases. I think their cadence has been pretty good, right? I mean, so far they've been updating pretty quickly, and they went from 12 to 13 pretty fast too, right? So I feel like the cadence is okay. I don't really think they have anything to benefit if they go faster than their current cadence.
Well, the benefit
unless
the benefit I'm mentioning is to refine the product quickly so that the robotaxi fleet can benefit, so they can then roll that out faster, take advantage of the fleet.
Right, but it has to, It has to be efficacious though, Wes, right? They have to have certain testing they do internally before they roll it out, right?
Yeah, they do that automatically first. So it internally is tested with simulators. Second, then it goes to internal employees, and then third, it goes to the initial rollout team, and then it kind of scales from there. I'm like in wave 3 or 4, but it's always going to be tested internally. What I'm saying is, we could scroll it or roll it out to the masses. Would that be beneficial to go in that order before putting it in robotaxi, so they could benefit from the large, volume of iterations that would occur?
Hey, Wes, I think it's going to work more like typical software. Sorry if you hear my dog barking, but you got typically whenever you come out with a new patch or anything else, as we both know, you're going to want to test it in a very supervised area, like a quarantine, a standalone environment, and then bring it out to the real world. You never want to just go balls to the wall in, because once it deploys, it's a bitch to undeploy it.
Yeah,
if something is wrong.
I'm not suggesting they would skip any of the steps that I mentioned a moment ago. They'd roll it out the same way. But I guess the question, or what I've been thinking about, is which is going to come first. Will the robotaxis get the 14 software, or will the fleet get the 14 software first?
I think the robotaxis will.
No. You want to test 14 before you put it in the robotaxi. What are you guys talking about? Obviously,
14 is already on robotaxi, Alex.
No.
14 is on the robotaxi.
No, it's 13.
Didn't Elon say it was 14?
No. It's not 14. If that were 14, we would already have 14.
Oh, then belay my ass on the last one then. I thought we were on 14 on robotaxi, so that's my apology.
No, he just said the version they have is 6 months ahead of what the fleet has right now.
Okay. I thought that was 14. Gotcha.
Yeah, maybe they probably have like 13.4 or something like that on the robotaxi, but it's not 14.
To Alex's point, they definitely have a different version, like a different fork on the robotaxi. They're running on different stacks. But yeah, it's definitely not 14 yet. But I think like you can't run too fast, right, Wes? Because if you run too fast, then you're going to stumble, and there could be risk of issues, damages, liability. So they really have to make sure to be efficacious completely before they have a rollout. That's just important.
Well, my earlier point, I think maybe I'm not articulating it well. Simply is, who's going to get 14 first, the fleet or the robotaxis? I'm not talking we should skip steps at the risk of anything.
Yeah, I would agree with Alex. Yeah, I think Alex is right. I think the fleet's going to get it. I think like there's going to be an internal test before they roll it out to anything, robotaxi or the fleet. They're gonna test it internally. They're going to do a rollout. But yeah,
they're already testing it internally. If it's 6 weeks away, it's already testing it internally. It's 14 has already been trained, and they are testing it internally, probably doing iteration on it, and then it's gonna push it out to the fleet. And then the fleet is gonna try it out, and they're gonna see if they have more innovation or less innovation. If they have less innovation, you get the drift. Then they are going to send it to the robotaxi. If they can see that it will make if they can see that it makes the robotaxi better, they will send it to robotaxi.
You know what's crazy is that next month we're getting the FSD version 14 released, as well as robotaxis will be public for Austin and Bay Area. I think it's for both areas. I'm not too sure, but Elon, I mean, that's insane. Version 14 and robotaxi public. That's awesome. And that's September, next month. So literally maybe in the next 2-3 weeks or so.
And it might be that there is a different kind of version 14 that will be on the robotaxi. We don't really know, right? Because they have a different kind of version 13 now. So maybe there will be a different version for, like, especially trained for Austin, for example, to make it like super good in Austin.
It would have to be, Alex. It would have to be, because our versions don't have any way to interact with the remote side where theirs does. So it has to be a different version.
Yeah, because the scaling, the bottleneck for scaling right now is getting enough people that can be like safety drivers or whatever, right? That is not really scalable long term. So the only way to scale and really make it public on a big scale is to make it fully unsupervised without a safety personnel in the car.
I do agree there.
Yeah. They want to have that term unsupervised in the branding too, right? That just looks better, and it's like a really great kind of like subliminal marketing point where they can say unsupervised.
Yeah,
I
that
do
will
think
be
that's coming
for a
within the
while.
next year.
For a while, it will probably be called supervised, and it will just be called nothing. It's just like a thing that you buy, and it kind of have the feature that it drives itself, and you don't have to pay attention.
Yeah, Alex, I know like in California, they have to name it something. They can't use, right, Pejjy? Like, remember, like they had to have like some naming convention. They can't use certain words in their yeah.
They can't use the word robotaxi. They have to use it it's so stupid. They have to use something else. So maybe they'll use it, I don't know, unsupervised, supervised,
Autonomous
taxi,
vehicle. Autonomous.
something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, something like that.
I still like Tesla self-driving myself.
Why can't you use robotaxi? It's not even saying it that it's unsupervised. Just put Optimus in the car and then call it robotaxi. I don't know.
Yeah, Tesla self-driving's my pick too.
All right. My favorite people. It is fun. 1 hour and a half go by so fast. I'm so excited about the robotaxi. Why release? At least in Bay Area. I'm keep poking my face everywhere. Say, hey, can I get a early invitation too? Zero. Sip quiet. And I asked Grok about it. Like, dude, how many cars they have in Bay Area? And Grok is like 20 to 100. Oh, that's a wide gap there. But
Hey, Fa, I heard through the grapevine if you hit up Bearded Tesla, you might get an invite.
all right, I'm follow you there. Oh, sorry, I was muting myself and talking. Hopefully, I get to use a robotaxi, and hopefully, I get to make a little video. Maybe I hit up Scobble for the invitation, and I think it's
Yeah,
bullshit. I'm sorry, Gothic. I will hand the mic to you. I think it's bullshit that stock is now at 340. It's totally hot shit. It's no one can do this. No brand, no any car brand can do this. Grok in my car is awesome. I sit. I don't want to talk to my kid because he talk a lot now, and I just have Grok talk to him. Grok telling him story. Like Grok will say, "Hey, you want to go on an adventure with the bunny, the Toto, Ninja Toto?" And he's talking back, and my kid talking back, and my kid is 2. He barely say a word. He said Toto, and Grok understand it. So it's so much fun. People don't know about Tesla. People still don't know about Tesla. Like, I think we in a bubble for real. When people know about this thing and have experience about this thing and can just sit in the car drive and the car talking about the kid, or you can just I talk to Grok. I say, hey, give me brainstorm about my space tomorrow. 5 bullet point, and it's just like less than 15 seconds, and it's awesome. So whatever we have here, whatever universe we live in, whatever stimulation we believe in, the future is so fucking bright, my friend. Like a lot. And I love you guys here. Come for more discussion. Gothic, what you have in your mind? Hello, Gothic, is it gone?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. What you're about to say?
Okay. I was just gonna say if you wanted to try out the robotaxi when it's still an early release, there's someone named Joe Tegmeyer. That his handle is JOETEGTMEYER. He gives a ton of rides and free rides to people that want to try it out. So just so
He's
you know, if
in
you want to try it.
Austin. I'm in San Francisco.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
If you bet. Okay, never mind. That's too far.
Yeah, he's actually at Starbase right now, so he's not even in Austin.
Yeah, he'll be
But yeah,
live
we met,
streaming it too, by the way.
We met Joe Tagmeyer when I was in Austin. He's a cool guy. He's a nice guy. He gave a lot of people from Europe their first robotaxi ride, which was really nice of him. Not me though, but I already had a robotaxi ride from Sander, so my wishes were already fulfilled.
I met Joe too at X Takeover. He's super nice. You're right.
Yeah, he is a really nice dude. Yeah, like generally, like genuine nice dude, not fake nice, real nice. So all credit to him.
Of course, you guys go follow all the speaker here, and thank you for your time to hang out with us on a beautiful Saturday. And yep, be good, stay out of trouble. Go check out Pejjy YouTube, buy my spice, visit all the space. Alexander Space is very good one. It's on Friday. They're talking about our big topic over there too.